Alright, welcome to the makeup video for It's in the Bag. What I have is sodium bicarbonate. That's right here. I've already pre-measured 5 grams of sodium bicarbonate, or close to 5 grams. I'm going to dump it in this bag right here. I'm going to mix that with 5 grams of calcium chloride, and somebody got me slightly more than 5 grams, but we're going to use anyway.
Ooh.
That's my cheering committee. So I'm going to take that and put it in the bag also. So now I have 5 grams of calcium chloride, 5 grams of sodium bicarbonate, or close to that anyhow. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put phenol red in the bag. Phenol red is red if it is neutral pH or if it's basic. But if it is acidic, it will turn yellow.
Ah.
So we're going to put this in the bag, but we're not going to allow the reaction to occur. I'm going to keep it corked like that. So I'm going to put this in. I'm going to get all the air out of the bag. I'm going to re-zero the balance. I turned it off. All right, re-zero the balance. Put that on there. Make sure it's all on the balance.
Ooh.
28.5 grams. If you're doing the lab at home, you can write down that observation on the observation part. You can also make observations about the bag itself and the chemicals themselves. The calcium chloride is actually kind of in granular form. It's white. And the baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is like a white powder. Okay? And I'm going to mix those together real good. And the phenol red is obviously red. The phenol red is going to provide the water for the reaction and also be the indicator so we know when it turns to an acid, if we actually get an acid in the reaction. Okay? So, what was the mass on that again? Let's take the mass again. 28.3, 28.4, 28.5. These balances are not always exactly the same. I could write that down, but my cheering committee is going to remember 28.3. 28.3.
28.3.
28.3. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the reaction now. I'm going to uncork this and let the phenol red out. There we go. And mix it all together. And you can see we are getting bubbles forming.
Ooh.
And the bag is actually getting pretty warm. And it's obvious we're producing a gas here because the bag is getting larger here. And we know it's acidic or an acid because the phenol red turned yellow. So I'm going to let that reaction go for a minute. You can write your observations on that observation page also. Maybe I should have music in the background. Alright, so a little bit longer here. Now we're going to take the mass again. Now the whole point of this lab is to show you that you always have the same mass for the reactants and the products. There's the same atoms on both sides of the equation. So I'm going to put this on the balance again. Now there are sources of error. For example, gas has mass. We call that gas mass. And you can laugh. Go ahead. See, funny. All right. So what we have is ooh, it's really warm now. This is really warm, so that means it's an exothermic reaction. Okay. Reaction's still occurring. Actually, there's still some granules in there. Okay. So what we're going to do is put that on the balance. It was 28.3. Now, we could lose some gas, and that might cause a slight difference in mass, but let's see what happens. We did lose a little bit of mass. I'm going to guess that's probably from gas escaping from the bag itself. Okay, so we're down to 27.6, but you can see the mass is very, very close. 27.6, right? Let's try one more time. 27.6.
Ooh.
All right. Now, really, what kind of gas is this? Well, we could test that. We could do a flame test. And if it's hydrogen gas, we've seen what happens with hydrogen gas in the class. It explodes. So if I took a flame and put it in here, we'd get a little explosion if it's hydrogen gas. If it's oxygen, oxygen usually helps fires burn brighter. So if it's oxygen, it would probably cause a match to glow even brighter. If it's carbon dioxide, which is what they put in some fire extinguishers, it would cause it to actually go out. So let's test that gas right now. This is where I might need help. Maybe one of you guys can open the bag for me. Okay, so I'm going to light a flame here. All right, and we're going to open that up and put this in. Okay, go ahead and put it in. And you can see it goes out immediately, which would be an indicator that it's carbon dioxide gas. And just to show you that gas has mass, I'm going to take all the gas out, and I bet the mass went down a little bit. Now we're down to 27.4. Okay? So, point of the lab, the mass is about the same before and after the reaction. If there were no errors, it would be exactly the same. And you can use that for the makeup data part of the lab. And I like to give my helping hands a little clap here. All right, thank you very much. And I think that's all I have to say. Bye.